She was huge for them in the previous game. She had 6 threes. That was one of the things that Coach Mack was saying that was going to be important for stretching as a freshman. So seeing if she can get things going. She misses the first one at the basket. Citron didn't take much time.
That kind of push and pull.
Inside look for Gakdang once again. She gets that one to go. It's on the other side. Sonia Citron as well. A player that has had her own rights in the Freshman of the Week honors, and a nice outside shot for Notre Dame.
And great attack here by Olivia Miles. She hasn't been as consistent from three-point line, but makes them pay. I didn't want to sit you on the bench this early, losing one of their starting players early in this first quarter.
So Notre Dame with a 3-point lead. About halfway through the first quarter. Swartz from outside, and she locks it at 8.
For her three-point shot, but just a score, looking to score on every possession.
You can see the amount of attention that Taylor Soule is getting on the inside. That outside shot by Bats, no good. They get another board. Boston College is going to get the ball back underneath. We talked about the series as well, 25-9 that Notre Dame leads. They have a homestand at about 15-1 as Boston College knocks that one down.
They're going to Taylor Soule, and she gets a wide open jumper. She could have taken and had a drink of tea and just put it up there. And about a little over 600 threes combined for this Notre Dame offense. That's a lot of threes, Angel.
I mean, I tell you what, that's very nice when you're looking at the stats there as Bats. Boston College shooting 6 for 17, Notre Dame 5 for 17 to this point. Another nice take to the bucket by Miles. Play for Miles.
Yeah, just great hesitation and great.
Because of her performance so far in ACC play, she had 39 points versus Clemson, and you're talking about a rebound that a teammate should have let her get. She had 9 rebounds in that one today.
Whenever you lose a player like Dickens, you lose the scoring, but you also lose the presence as Dodson knocks down the elbow jumper.
Gakdang trying to pass it in on the inside to Van Timmeren, but can't quite get it there. Miles dishes it out. Prohaska, back iron. A rebound on the inside to Dodson, and a nice finish on the left. A little long, and Dodson with another rebound. That's 6 total rebounds for Maya Dodson. Boston College struggling from the offensive end in the second quarter, only shooting 1 for 7 at this point. Dodson with a stellar move. Short from distance, and Miles surveying the court. Right away on the interior. Brunel checked out of the ball game with 2 personal fouls, so that's something to keep an eye out on. She has 9 points, leading the Eagles so far in points. We'll see who else can step up for the Fighting Irish. There, Boston College looking for some answers. Gone quite a spell, and they needed that 3. That's their second one of the day.
Yeah, right now, Notre Dame sitting at 7 turnovers, while Boston College has 9. Kind of hurting each team a little bit, wanting to get some shots on goal to raise their offensive numbers a little bit.
And that was a much-needed bucket, a 5-0 run.
Cuts the lead to about 6 points, especially going into halftime. That's what you want.
And instead, you get Olivia Miles raising up. And just like that, a steal at the top of the key. And Ivy actually gets that one to go. Another thing, Chelsea, is that we featured Taylor Soule coming into this game. Right now, she only has 3 points, 1 for 5 from the field, struggling a bit offensively. But who's not struggling? Olivia Miles, who just continues to rack it up.
But now she's being able to define her game a little bit more, refine it offensively, and she's getting shots on goal.
A nice interior pass on the other end at Gakdang. That gives her 6 points on the day. 3 for 6 for her from the field. You would expect to see that they can get her going a little bit more. But how about the crafty finish underneath?
On the court.
Citron with 7 points. 29-40. And how about the Euro step, Sol? We're expecting to see her get going. Swartz, back in the ball game, suffered with a little bit of foul trouble in the first half, and that rebound goes to Dara Mabry. Dishes it off to Miles. Miles with another bucket. Gerard slowing things down a bit for the Eagles. Then Timurin is to the Eagles, 8-point game. Notre Dame has been efficient all night, but not much better than Olivia Miles.
Assist to turnover ratio.
She's trying to dish it on the inside. Rudell, seeing if she could finish on the other side. Prohaska for Notre Dame. Mabry checking off her options underneath. And Dodson re-enters the chat. 73-71, and now Notre Dame back at home, in which they are perfect, 8-0 on their floor, trying to see if they can make it 9-0 and get redemption in the meantime. Swartz and Chelsea, just to remind everyone, Boston College was in a very similar situation just a few days ago as Bats misses and Taylor Soule can't get that one to go. Taylor Soule, only 5 points so far on the day, and with this program is Carolyn Swartz, and you saw her on the WNBA level as well, and she had a very impressive career, not just at Boston College, but in the WNBA as well. And Mabry,
that's been something the last couple of games that I feel like she's had to focus on. She's had quite a bit of turnovers last time out against Syracuse, and making sure she's picking her spots.
Taylor Soule on the other end with 2 points. See if she can get going in the fourth quarter as Dodson just continues to add on to this double-double. Miles, top of the key. Doesn't get that one to go, but the end one is called. And Sonia Citron with 2.5 left on the shot. Ranked as well. Another offensive board. Brunel cleans that one up.
The amount of points they have scored so far.
As you mentioned, Dickens out, second consecutive game due to COVID. She missed the Georgia Tech game as well. The third leading scorer as well. I already mentioned how she had 6 against Notre Dame. That led to her 20 points back on January 20th. But it comes down to how everybody else was trying to get things done.
Got to be able to hit this benchmark, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to figure that out as a freshman and doing it the way she's doing it, I just love it.
Just not the same energy we're seeing in the fourth quarter from Boston College. Olivia Miles on the left side with the scoop. She heard you, Chelsea. Just so impressed by the play from Olivia Miles. Is nothing short of spectacular. The hesitation in the move on the inside by Citron. Citron now with 13. She has 0 threes on the day. Westbeld has yet to get on the board as well, and actually dishes it right on to Swartz. Swartz with 16 points, gets the Euro on the inside and gets the bucket as well, 18 for her. Notre Dame has outscored Boston College in the third quarter and the last 3 quarters after the score was tied at 14 all. And from that point, it's been all Notre Dame. Glad you mentioned that about Virginia Tech as well. Just one of those teams where they can get it done, slow things down. They play with their own style and their own pace. Defensively doesn't go. And we're less than a minute away from Notre Dame staying perfect at home. And it's just been a very impressive game overall by Notre Dame. With this one, will move on to 15-6, 6-4 in ACC play. That was next week at 7 p.m. Virginia Tech right after that one, but it was a complete team effort, especially by that one. Olivia Miles, so impressive, played like a senior.